Hello, so today I would like to share with you a really nice new feature available since PHP 8.2, and this new feature is the read-only on classes. I have done previously a video showing to you how to do read-only on properties, so on the class properties, where you could have read-only on the properties, and this was available since PHP 8.1. However, now, since PHP 8.2, you can have read-only, so declaring your class as read-only instead. It will be even quicker because you don't have to multiply the read-only on the properties. So I will show it to you on this documentation. So you see read-only here, and they're showing to you before. I don't know if they're showing to you before on the property. Let's see here. This is on Stitcher, and there you see that was before. Read-only was on each property. So when you are declaring a property of the class, so property or attribute if you prefer, here is when you do the promoted attribute. So when you do promoted constructor, that was since PHP 8. Where is it? Constructor property promotion. Constructor property promotion is to declare the properties directly in the constructor. And then you could have read-only there. And with PHP 8.2, you can just declare your class as read-only, and so you don't have to mention to the attributes that they need to be read-only. So let's go directly to PHP Storm. I will create a file. It will be read-only PHP 8.2, and it's read-only for class. And here I will declare a read-only class. And so like the example here, maybe I will do name, or maybe person, and then I will have I can just declare some properties. So it will be, I can have public, obviously, because it will be read-only, so they can only be initiated once. So here it will be name, and then public, and here it will be email. So that's my class person. And you see, it's just that read-only is a bit like when you have an abstract class. It's similar, but here it's a read-only class. And then, I need a semicolon here. And then here, I will just do, I think PHP Storm is still not used to this, but that's okay. Read-only class, let's see how it goes. And here it will be, person, and I will create my new class equals new person. And then if I do, obviously in the constructor, so I can assign the attributes once. So we'll have my constructor. Here it is, and here I will do name equals name, and I will do this email equals email, or I can just use the one I was showing to you earlier, the constructor property promotion, so I can have it directly in my constructor. So let's remove this then, and we can just have this in the constructor. So it will be public email, and then public name and public email, because when you use the constructor property promotion, obviously you don't have to declare your properties before. You will declare directly them here, and PHP will automatically assign the value. So here, the value here of name, and it's a string, so I can also add a type string. Beautiful. So that's my class. And then I will try to do person name, and I will assign to a different name. and this won't be possible because it has been assigned once and I cannot assign it twice. So here if I do Pierre, and then my email will be Pierre at Pierre at, I don't know, it would be, for example, it would be hi at ph7, that's my email address, and so, something like that. And then you will do here, if I try to have Henry instance instead of Pierre, it won't work. So I can actually have a look directly. I can set up my PHP server, so PHP S127001. Let's have a look. 127001, and I will have my port, so it will be 9000 or 8000, and I will try to access. So the name of the file, it was readonly php 82, readonly. Beautiful. The version of PHP is not right, so let's just do PHP info and let's see what version I have now, because it's available since PHP 8.2. You see it's 8.1 here, so this is why it's not working. But normally this one is working, and it's a really nice feature. I'm sorry, I still don't have PHP 8.2 apparently, but it's a beautiful feature because you will just have to do read only here on the top, and you won't have to do, for instance, public string. Before it had to do like that, read only, you had to mention read only before the property, like what Stitcher says to you, public read only, and so on. You can directly have your class as read only, and all the properties will be read only. It's really powerful, and if you are running on PHP 8.2, I highly suggest you to have a try. Okay, so now I have installed PHP 8.2. By the way, if you are interested, this is the way on Mac to install PHP 8.2. So as you can see, it's quite simple. You do brew update, and then after you do brew upgrade PHP. So update is optional, just to make sure that it has everything has the latest versions, and upgrade PHP, and then you will install the PHP 8 with Shiva Master, the package, and then you will link to have the default one. You will overwrite the link as default one to get PHP 8. So here's 8.0. In our case, it will be 8.2. And now if I do PHP version with the flag V, you see I have PHP 8.2. And I can obviously restart my server. So we do PHP S, I think I have it in the history, yeah, this one, PHP S, and the localhost, so 127.0.0.1, and then 8000 for the port. For you it can be 9000 or another one. And now I can refresh. I can see that I was attempting to modify the property, and I can't because the class, the decoration is read-only. If I remove the read-only here, I will refresh and it works. But if I have read-only, all the properties I have in the class can be only assigned once, when in the constructor here, in this case, it's in the constructor. So I said Pierre, and you see here, I try to modify it. Now if I remove this and I just want to echo, so to print the name, and you see it works. However, if I try to modify to Henry, and then I do echo person and name, it won't work because it's declared as read-only. So now if I go back, you see I have this error saying that I cannot modify the read-only. However, if I remove the read-only declaration for the class and I refresh, it works and I have Henry. And the same if here I have public string read-only. So if I declare my property as read-only here, it will be the same. It won't work because the property is read-only. Oh, I just have a little issue. Read-only. Oh yeah, read-only has to be before the type of the property. So now you see I have the issue. So yeah, read-only, by the way, when you declare your property, is first read-only, so public, the visibility, the access modifier, public, protected, private, then read-only or not, and finally the type. That's the order. And the name, it won't work because I have read-only. If you have a lot of properties of your class where you want to have them as read-only, this is why read-only of the class is really handy, is you don't have to mention them as read-only everywhere. You can just have the class declared as read-only, and that's it. And you see, voila, it's done. If I remove the Henry and I just echo, you see I have here, I change to Henry there, I have Henry now. And now if I don't use the promotion, because here we are using the promotion constructor, the promotion, I always forget the name, but it's promotion, a constructor property promotion. And if I don't do it, and if I just do string, name, email, and inside I do, so inside of my class, let's imagine I have a property. So again, my property, private, name, and then so it's a string. And here I will have private, I will have public because it will be read-only. So it can be just public, string, and email. And then here it will be string name and then string email. And here I will do name equals, so that's a traditional way, email, so it can be assigned only once. So this is the way we thought using the promotion, the constructor property promotion, also available since it was since PHP 8, that one, you see. And now you see I do this the traditional way. Some people would say the old school way, because now obviously it's really nice to just have them inside of the constructor, like to declare the properties directly. But sometimes you cannot do it because you have to do different things, and the only way is inside of the constructor, like you are probably used to do like this. And then here, this will work because I only assigned it once. So let's go back to where we were. You see it works. However, now later, if I have another method, public function greeting, it will be, and so greeting, it will be, well, it will do a void, and here it will be echo this name. Let's imagine we have a greeting like this, and so it will be person, and then person, and here it will be greeting. Beautiful. Let's do echo. Oh no, we don't have to because echo is already there. So let's do that. Let's see. I have Henry. However, if the greeting change to change the property name to here to new name, this will fail because it's read-only. The class is read-only. So you see now this is my class, how it looks like, and I reassign the class property to a new value, and so here you see I have an error because it's read-only. Now if I remove the read-only, again it works, and now I can also have just the read-only like before. For PHP 8.1 it was just like that, read-only, and now it doesn't work because again I changed the value. And with PHP 8.2 if you want all the class properties to be read-only, again, it's really nice to use read-only. I know I repeat maybe myself a little bit, but I think it's better to repeat yourself more than not enough. And here I don't reassign the value, and now it works. Amazing. Enjoy, and I will see you in another video.